What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy Savage, aka Sev Cisneros, aka Sevlok. You tuning in to Sevlok's Hotels. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to the politic, man. Big shout out to everybody showing the channel love. Thank you for the support. Story time with the Savage, man. I want to take you back to a day when I was forced to actually get a house in pretty much the opposition's hood. My circumstances pushed me to get a spot and get some residence in the opposition's hood, where my house became like kind of a mini war, just off the simple fact we was over there and we had to handle business surrounded by nothing but enemigos. So 2011, I get out the penitentiary, right? I get out the penitentiary to the Lincoln office out here, Parole office out of Denver. And when you get out of DOC out of Colorado, they give you $100 on your card, and then they give you a voucher for a motel or a hotel. And it only goes up to like 3 weeks. You don't really get a lot of time. And the way DOC is built out here, it's pretty much, it's built to make a person fall and go back right away, because Colorado DOC, they do not play. They are fast to pull the trigger on sending somebody back for the littlest things. So my wife, she's in my corner. My mom is in my corner. And we got about 4 weeks in this motel. And in this time frame, me and my wife were really stressing, because I'm not trying to go back to the penitentiary. I just got done doing 7 years. I'm trying to do it legit. I told myself whatever it takes. So I get the motel voucher. Me and my wife were pushing every day to get me a job, pushing every day to get me a place where I could actually sponsor to and be on parole. The parole officer straight told me, he was like, we're not going to allow you to be out here, and pretty much you got a short rope around your neck, so you got to get your stuff together. Plus, he knew my uncles and stuff. He was the gang parole officer, but he was cool after a while. You know what I'm saying? After I showed him that I was trying to do good. So my mom, she comes up and she says, "Hey, son, I'm not going to let you fail. Whatever it takes, I'm going to vouch for you, and I'm going to sign a lease whatever it takes. I'm going to sign the lease for you." So I was real excited. So we're looking, and out here, like everybody knows, you gotta do these application fees. They cost money, and sometimes you don't get the apartment. So we had to actually go a different route and go to a slumlord. The slumlord, she had a gang of properties, but all these properties were in hoods, not in good environments, but she had properties, and everybody was like, don't do it in certain neighborhoods, try to stay out of trouble. So she had a property over in the Westwood area, and the Westwood area, it's an area that's kind of neutral, but they do got a lot of gangs that be throughout the Westwood area, and it's a lot of youngsters. I was told by the homies, the Westwoods, there's these fools over there, they moved over there, so you might run into them. Long story short, we come across Miss Archuleta, and she has a house in the Westwood, so we hop on it right away. She just wanted money. She didn't care about nothing else, a background, credit. She just wanted money. So she gives us our property, gives us the key. My duplex that I was on, it was on a busy street, Kentucky and Tennyson, and it was at the corner of Kentucky and Tennyson, and everybody came down that block. That corner there was so much traffic. You've seen everybody come to that corner. It was one of them intersections. So we move all of our stuff in. I'm kind of like, the first couple days, I'm kind of just peeping. I kind of go outside because we have actually a front yard. Hey, Milo, stop. You're okay, buddy. Stop. We have a front yard, And I'm kind of peeping, and you could just tell, bro, the neighborhood was gang related. There was hoods over there. And I'm kind of peeping, and they're kind of peeping me out at first. You know, they ain't putting it together that we're moving over there. And I'm like, okay, them fools, they dress a certain way. I know where them fools are from. So about a week into it, I have a little gathering. I do a barbecue. A barbecue at night. We're doing the barbecue grill. It's a summer night. It feels good. I got a couple of my partners and my brother-in-law over there. When we're doing this barbecue, these two little fools come down the block to that corner. They're walking. I go in. I didn't even know my little partners that were over there were going to actually press these fools and ask them where they were from. So they had a couple little words. The little fools, they were younger. They weren't really trying to get activated. They wasn't really like, you know what I'm saying, pressing the line or anything. They didn't even act like they wanted any of them issues. They didn't even state they was actually put on a hood, but they were from the west side, you know what I'm saying? So that happens, they leave. The very next day, I think it's like Friday night, I'm in the house. My baby bro's over there. My mom's over there. I come outside, and me and my brother we're in the front yard, and we start hitting a workout, because that's what we do. We're on a bench press. We got the little weights over there. I have moved all kinds of weights over there. So I look up, right? And I see 4 little fools across the street coming down the block. And I remembered it was the little youngsters. It was only 2 of them the night before, but it was the little youngsters, and they had a couple more of their homies. And these fools were just looking at us, you know? So I'm like, who are these little fools? And I told my baby bro, like, hey, cuz, you see these fools? And they're kind of just mugging. I said, what's up, homie? What are you looking at? You don't remember me? And that fool was like, he was just like kept nodding like he was just tough, bro. Had his chest pumped out, and he just continued to walk. He didn't even answer me, right? He goes across the street. My mom's over there. She's about to leave. 15 minutes later, we're still out there pumping the little weights. Me and my bros doing a little workout. I look up, and the little fool that actually the little homies pressed the night before, he had a backpack on, and he was coming down the block. The other 2 fools were behind him. So he's across the street, and now this fool's really, really mugging. Like, he's on us, you know what I'm saying? So it pissed me off, and I was like, what's up, homie? What do you keep looking at, homie? I was like, you got a problem, bro? And he said, as soon as I said that, this fool cocked the heat. He came out the backpack and cocked the heat. He had a 40 on him. And I started laughing. And my baby bro, you know, he's younger than me, and he goes, gets his shoes, and he's like, and I told that fool, like, fool, I'll knock you out with that gun. You ain't gonna use it, homie. So he's getting all rah, 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 and I bang on him like, this is the east side, homie, anyways. What's up, homie? Tell your big homies to come over here. So them fools bailed off, and they were like, we'll be back. They didn't bust or nothing. So I thought they were gonna come back that night. They don't end up coming back that night. I didn't even know where these fools actually walked off to, but after we found out where they lived, they just lived up the block. Their house was on top of the block used to have a slant, and it used to be on a hill. And up the block far down, that's where them fools actually lived. But they lived there with their baby's mom. They lived there with their older brothers. They had older brothers. So about 1 day goes by, they don't come back. It's like maybe sometime in the middle of the week, my baby bro's about to go to this concert. He's kind of living over there with us. He's back and forth. You know, he got him some females. He's back and forth. He's always welcome at the house as baby bro. He's getting ready for a concert. It's me and my wife, and he's waiting for the homie Blue Drop and Creepy Loke to come pick him up. In this process, I remember I heard like some screeching hit the block, and I looked out, and it was a white Suburban, came up the block screeching, like hitting the gas all fast. So I thought it was the homies picking up my baby bro, and I thought they were playing. So I kind of go to the door, and I'm like, hey, Blue Drop's here. And then all of a sudden I heard, so whoop, whoop, whoop. And I still, in my mind, I'm thinking that Blue Drop and them fools are messing with us. So we kind of go to the door and we start banging on we start banging on the truck. While then all of a sudden it hits the brakes. This big old fool, I don't recognize him. He has a shirt off. He struck down. You can tell he just got out the penitentiary. He was like, "What's up, Mafia gang? What's up, Crenshaw?" So he comes around. Oh, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, you got the right one, cuz. Hold up." Went to go get my shoes on. Went to outside. Went to the middle of the street. Now there's people seeing this. We're in the middle of the street. He's a big fool too. I got a little size on me. You know what I'm saying? So we start chunking him. I caught him. So he like squares up, and I caught him. He went down, and I hit him in his jaw. Boom, he dazed up. He fell back. So I ran up and grabbed this fool, and I body slammed this, like picked him up and slammed him on the ground. Boom. He was a G about it. He got up. Boom. So all of a sudden we square up again. It's the second round. He caught me. Boom. He caught me in the jaw, and he really actually, I felt it. I buckled a little. Boom. Fell into the gate. This fool tries to rush me. I literally trip him, and he's against the gate, and I'm serving him. I was like, "What's up, cuz?" Boom. I'm just hitting this fool. So I let him up, right? He's leaking. I got a little blood in my mouth. My wife comes out. She comes out with a big old butcher knife. Like, "What's up?" My wife's a rider. You know what I'm saying? So he realizes that we was the wrong house to actually run up on. We was not gonna just be passive aggressive. He must have did that a lot of times to certain individuals, but he came to the right house. So we was gonna give him what he wanted. So my wife comes out, she's going crazy. He's like, "Get your bitch, get your bitch." So as soon as he said that, my brother literally was like kind of in between, and my brother like spat it, and I stole on him. Boom! And I got on top of him. Boom! And then I grabbed him, and I body slammed him, and I hit him to the ground, and I got on top of him, and I was mixing him. Boom! 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 I look up to the left. The fool that drove up with him, he has somebody in the passenger, so he runs up, and he's about to kick me, and out of nowhere, my brother slept him. Slept him, put him to sleep. Boom! He goes to sleep. Then that fool, he's like, he's trying to tell me to get up. And then his other homie's like, we got the heat. So then I didn't realize the homies that were gonna pick up my brother were actually at the corner, and they were strapped down. And the fools that said they got the heat, they seen that, and I think them fools, the little red rag fools, they didn't have a heat, but they thought we did. So them fools run back to the Suburban and dip off. Right? That happens. Then after that happens, bro, I started telling the homies to slide through. We're pressing everybody in that neighborhood. Anybody that looked gang related, they were getting pressed. You come to that corner, you look gang related, you have a system on, you look like you relate anything to the opposition, you're getting your car's getting ran up on it, and you're getting pulled out and jacked for everything. You know what I'm saying? So 2 nights later, I got a gang of the little homies now. They over there, and we're having a party now. And this house was where I laid my head, bro. This house was where I laid my head. I didn't have nowhere else to go. So we're having a function. It's me, a couple of my little partners, my homie Little Lays. The gang of homies is over there, right? Well, there's this fool that's coming down the block. And I don't remember if you remember Friday when the little fool was slamming trash cans. Well, this fool was coming down the block, and he's all yelling like I don't even know who he was. He's slamming trash cans, boom. I said, "Who's this fool coming down the block?" So the homie seen him, and he comes straight to where we are, and he hits us up. Boom! He hits us up with gang signs. The homie walks up and just cracks him. So we start serving. They take him out of his pockets, right? Take him out of everything. That happens. The night after, it was just wild, bro. The night after, we're back over to that spot. We're chilling. My homie is tripping with his baby's mom. He goes and he's on some drug shit. He goes in the middle of the street, and this fool almost hits him in the middle of the street. And when he almost hits him, the homie starts tripping on the car, and this fool just comes out with the heat. He just comes out the heat and cocks it. While the homies had ran. I had ran. I was like, "Oh, this fool's tripping. He don't bust." So what he did was, because I was like, "Oh man, that's crazy." So I go in and get what I had to get. I come back outside. and I see him dropping his baby's mom all the way up, all the way in Kentucky down the block. And sure enough, I said, he's coming back. He busted a Huey and started just going crazy, gunning it all the way down. And I got in the bush, and when he got where we were, we started exchanging, bro. Boom, 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 boom. We started exchanging. And it just, every day after that, man, it was just like funk session, funk session, funk session. There was something going on. Long story short, right? 2 months after that, I'm walking with my wife from the gym. And I'm bailing through the west side on Alameda. And we already moved from that house. We moved to another house down the block. We got a condo. And I remember walking. And we're walking up Alameda. And I kind of see this fool. He's at a tire shop right there. And he's just like kind of looking at me. And I'm like, who's this? So I walk up. And I'm kind of just sizing him up. Who is he? And he's like, hey, homie. And I kind of was like, what's up, fool? And this fool's like, you don't remember me? I was like, who are you, bro? And he was like, we got down just a little bit ago. He's like, no beef like that, bro. Like, it's all harmony, homie. He said, you started banging on my little brother, and they didn't tell me the whole story. And I said, yeah. I said, I remember you now. What's up? So I didn't really know if he was still tripping, but he wasn't. And this fool was like, hey, bro, my little brothers told me the whole story, and we apologize. You fools are some real riders. Long story short, this fool actually knew my older cousins. So when he knew my older cousins, he's like, okay, we know that's their family, and them fools are some riders. And it all kind of just got squashed. But that little time frame, bro, it was wild, bro. And that's was straight at the house, bro. Every day it was something going on. But yeah, that's what it is, man. Story time with the Savage. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hit the like, subscribe button, share, and you know what it is. Salute.